Welcome, everybody. We are talking the Braxtons today. Listen, has anybody, how many of you, not has anybody, how many of you are tuned into the Braxtons, season two, the Braxton Family Values, season two? How many of you are caught up on the episodes and feel like you have a good understanding for what's happening in real time? Let me see by show of hands. How many of you? Me. Yeah, let me see. If you're not, that's fine. But if you are, just say me. That's all I need. Thank you, Mayor of YouTube. That's all I need is a me. If you are up to speed, even if it's on social media, right? Because some of you like the cliff notes. Some of you don't have the time to just watch every single episode. But if you feel like you're up to speed, say me. Okay, we got a lot of me. We got a lot of me. Let me say this. I am so disappointed in the Braxton family. And I find it ironic that the show is called the Braxton Family Values. Because I find myself asking, where's the value? Where's the fucking value when it comes to protecting children? And is the name more important than the integrity of the family? Because these women, not all of them, kudos to you, Tamar. And I'm going to come back to that. These women are doing everything to silence Ashley, to make sure that they filter and they censor her story so that they could remain unscathed and their name could have this fake legacy. I am so disappointed. And Miss Evelyn, you got a lot to say about a lot of things. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, right? Because you are an elder. But if you're going, now is the time. Now is the time for you to step up and lead by example. And listen, Trina Braxton and Tawanda Braxton, I've never taken up issue with them. You know, everybody has their different personalities. We probably have our favorites and our least favorites on these shows. But after Trina and Tawanda's scene, I almost threw up in my mouth, considering the gravity of today's conversation. I almost threw up in my mouth because how dare you label Trina as a victim? How dare you? What in the witchcraft is going on? How dare you prioritize Trina over a child? And yes, Ashley Braxton is a grown woman now, but she wasn't when Gabe preyed on her. She wasn't when other family members preyed on her. She wasn't when she was alleged being abused by her father. She wasn't when she turned around and abused her sister. How dare y'all? Where are you, Miss Evelyn, to lead by example? This is a hot mess, and the consequences, I believe, are going to be severe. We see some of that in Tamar, right? And I completely, you know what? I've backed up of really giving like a negative thing to Tamar because I think I have a deeper and a better understanding of what she went through based on season 2, episode 1. She said, I'm rolling out the red carpet for my niece because nobody did it for me. I flew her in because I want her to know that she has my support. Because I know, in the words of Tamar, and I'm paraphrasing, I know when I went through being sexually molested, sexually abused, none of my family helped me. I didn't get the support that I needed as a young child. And remember, Tamar said there were multiple family members that touched her, multiple that violated her. Y'all got some nerve. Tony Braxton, Tawanda Braxton, Trina Braxton, that you feel like Ashley's duty is to protect you and put you and how you feel ahead of her mental health. That is absolutely disgusting. And I cannot believe that Trina Braxton had the gall and the audacity to bring her grown ass to social media and defend a child predator. I don't give a damn. I said what I said. Gabe is gone. What the hell are you standing in the gap for him for? The show is called The Braxton Family Values. Why are you prioritizing him over your niece? What kind of woman are you? Let me put out a disclaimer really quick. This video discusses sensitive topics, childhood abuse, okay? So we want to be respectful, and I feel like I need to give that disclaimer. If you or someone you know is affected by abuse, please seek help. Get yourself, to the right resources. I want to say that. There's so many different dynamics in this episode. So many. Tawanda, I was looking at Tawanda, and as I started to look at Tawanda, I said, Tawanda has the persona of her mother. Tawanda is ice cold, baby. Ice cold. And sometimes as a woman, I find myself, well, when I assess what type of commentary I'm gonna do, what type of who's gonna be my favorite, who's not, the first thing I look for are commonalities. What do we have in common? What can I latch onto that's a positive, right? That'll keep me fair. I didn't notice it before, but it's evident. It's more than evident to me in this episode, season 2, episode 1. Tawanda is cold as ice. Look at her eyes. Cold, baby. I'm talking about down to the bone cold. She's the one that put in Trina's head, no, you're a victim. Trina said, no, you are a victim. You're a victim. Tawanda, girl, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I'm going to play some of these clips. I had to go through third parties in order to get them. Tawanda, you ain't shit. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn who they are. You ain't shit. The way you sat there and manipulated that conversation and produced that scene as if Ashley is the bad guy, you hoes ought to be ashamed of yourself. Pardon my language. I'm sorry, y'all. I can get real fired up and passionate about women like this that will literally throw children and young girls on the guillotine, become pick Mishas for men, and choosing men over their own flesh and blood. And the crazy part is Ashley has this strong resemblance to, she looks like Tawanda. She has this strong resemblance like Tawanda that could literally, you could pass them off as mother and daughter, and they have such disdain for this girl. So you rather her shut up, be quiet, because when you suppress like that, it exasperates depression, anxiety, your mental health. You got to give these people an outlet. You have to give these victims an outlet. And what those girls said, it's kind of heartbreaking. It's very disappointing. And I kind of don't want them on the television screen if this is how you're going to behave. Thank you, Tamar, for being rogue. Thank you for being the black sheep of the family. Thank you for bringing the conversation to the forefront. Thank you for pushing through anyway. So listen, I want to play this clip of, what's her name? Trina, and then we're going to break down. We're going to get into this clip of Trina on social media, and then we're going to break down the episode. Hold on. Let me make sure I have what I need. Yeah, I think I got it. Give me 1 second to scroll up. It takes just a little bit of time. I think I got it. Hold on, y'all. I got it. All right, here we go. Trina recently spoke out regarding Ashley speaking out on childhood abuse. And here's what Trina had to say. Here's what Miss Trina had to say.
I'm going to say this. I cannot negate anyone's feelings in any way, shape, or form. Right. And I will say this. I think that you can never put a time limit on someone's feelings, their emotions, or even their version of what the truth may be to them. But I do wish that the people that were spoken about were able to tell their own version of their story, of their truth, because they're no longer with us.
Girl, you got your fucking nerve. The people. That's your niece. That's your flesh and blood. That's your brother's child. And you're prioritizing a man that you used to sleep with over her, and you wish he was here to tell his story to defend himself against what he did to a child? He did. He did, and you kept him and you took him back. And you apologized to her when she was a child regarding your husband's inappropriate behavior. And not only that, you stayed with him, not once, but twice. You went back to him.
Because it did.
And that's not always fair. It's not always fair.
So it's not fair that he doesn't have a chance to speak. It's not fair that he can't get a go around and get in the ring with Ashley. That's not fair that she gets to speak and he doesn't. Girl, shut the fuck up. She was a kid. She didn't have a voice then. So now that she's of age and she's a woman, she's speaking. And it's not fair?
And people have to talk about things when they're ready to talk about them. And yes, you guys are loud, Caleb.
You're loud as hell out there.
But I can't disregard anybody's feelings. I said what I said.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's in.
She has such disdain for her niece breaking up her happy home. She has such disdain for her niece telling her story. She can't even call her name.
And,
She can. I'm a Braxton follower, period. They shouldn't watch y'all if they want to hate or be negative.
There's no excuse for that, Trina. There's absolutely no excuse for you to get on social media and pretty much tarnish your niece's name, because that's what you did in the most sophisticated way. In the most sophisticated way. Because you want her to be quiet because you don't feel like it's fair that Gabe is not here to go round and around in a circle with her. Y'all, this is disgusting to me. I am so disappointed in Trina. I am so disappointed in Tawanda. Let's get into this episode real quick. I want to break down some of the things that transpired in the episode. Okay? Hold on. And then I'm going to open up the lines a little bit later. So this clip I'm using is from the reality chat. Here we go. So in the second season of the Braxtons that premiered last Thursday, it kicked off with drama involving Trina and her niece Ashley. And Ashley has alleged that Trina's ex-husband Gabe was inappropriate with her as a child and also inappropriate with her younger sister when they went to visit their aunt. Her husband exposed these young girls to inappropriate sexual behavior. In some manner, Ashley is alleging. Here we go.
How do you feel about the platform that Ashley is being given?
I have to break it up because it's not my material. We are here to review, recap, and educate on how to better protect yourself and your children. Did you catch what Tawanda said? How do you feel about the platform that Ashley is being given? As if she should not be allowed to speak.
I think sometimes people take the opportunity that's given to them without even thinking about the repercussions.
That's sad. If you really understand, so now it's the victim's responsibility to look out for these grown-ass adults. And according to Trina, she's taken the opportunity that's been given to her without thinking about how this would impact those around her, me in particular. You got some fucking nerve. You got your nerve to put her in a position to have to protect you and Gabe, even in his life after death, because you previously came on social media. And check this out. I want to break this down. The social media posts that she recently came out and spoke on, they had already wrapped up filming. So you're doubling down on attacking your niece. You're doubling down on victim shaming. You're doubling down. Listen, you said what you said. I guess so. But now it's her responsibility to take into consideration you as a grown woman that chose to stay with the predator. And it's her responsibility. She just lost her sister, who also underwent abuse. So now it's her responsibility to take care of you. Girl, bye. Hold on. Here we go.
You should never hear something about your family through social media first. Period.
Quit playing with us because you heard about it when it happened when she was 16 years old, when she was a teenager. Quit playing with us. That's not the first time you heard about it. You chose to shun her. You chose to never talk to her again, not to speak to her again. You chose not to believe her. You spun the block on your niece. When your niece came to you and told you what your grown man-ass husband was doing, actually, she didn't. He was so good at it that neither niece told you. The stepmom found the inappropriate communication that your husband was doing solicitation of sexual favors from minors. The stepmom brought it to the forefront. He had groomed those girls so that they didn't say a word, okay? You knew about it. This isn't your first time. You thought she would be quiet forever. You thought you had put it to rest. You thought that you had pressured her enough. And by, what do you call it? Alienating her, disowning her, making her the black sheep of the family. You thought you had punished her and you would never hear about this again. How dare you?
Yeah.
And I can't take anything away from anybody else's pain. I'm not here to victimize a victim.
Well, you just did, ma'am. I'm not here to victimize a victim, but you did. Because you said she should have come to you first. She should have considered you first before taking the opportunity to speak about her life. You on the Braxton Family Values. You're on a reality show. Have you talked to everybody that you've had a connection with prior to coming on the show and checking with them about anything? To say, hey, I'm going on the Braxton Family. I'm going to talk. This is my life. This is a great opportunity for me. I want to come to you first. No, you didn't. But then you expect that of a child? And even though I'm referring to Ashley in child form because I believe the fact, and I hope Ashley's in therapy. I believe she said she is. But with her family and their refusal to acknowledge the wrongdoing that she endured by these men and women in the family, to me, I strongly believe that she may be suspended and still stuck at age 16, arrested development. Okay? But let me tell you something about what wrongdoing will do. Trina, you out here looking bad. I've never seen Trina look this bad. You hiding this secret has sucked the life out of you. You look bad. And I'm not even trying to clown her like that. Tom has a way of coming back and putting belt to ass. Her dad is Michael Braxton. Her dad is in Atlanta. Ashley's dad is Michael Braxton. That's their brother. That guilt is wearing her ass out. It's all in your face. You look horrible. I don't know if it's depression. I don't know if it's guilt. But whatever it is, I'm not used to seeing you like this.
You're a victim too, though.
In a different way, but
You're a
definitely.
victim too.
Yes. Yes.
You're a victim.
Yeah. You didn't do anything.
How the f- is she a victim? Now, this is when I started side-eyeing to one. I was like, you low down, dirty dog. So now she's the victim, not Ashley. Now Trina's the victim. Y'all, I cannot. I wanted to jump through the screen and throw hands on behalf of Ashley. Did you hear Tawanda say, you are a victim too? You are a victim. Y'all, this family is something else. Michael didn't do, listen, Peggy said, what did Michael do? He didn't do shit because according to Ashley, he was abusing her too. Her father abused her too. In what manner, she didn't say. But she alleged that her father abused her too. Tamar alleged that multiple family members abused her sexually. And there are several phenomena. There's a lot of people believe her brother was one of the predators that Tamar hinted at. So Michael didn't do shit to protect his daughters. Let's continue.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she moved out of the country. So it wasn't that anybody ostracized her.
She, as if they talking about a side chick. You're a victim. And then she moved out of the country. Who the fuck is she? So now your niece is a nobody. Nobody ostracized her. She moved out of the country. You know why she moved out of the country. She said y'all were trying to silence her. She had to go. Y'all were hiding the cause of her sister's death. Y'all were completely smothering her. She was under y'all's thumb to live out this lie, to upkeep the legacy of being a Braxton, even if it meant her own mental health. So in order for her not to lose her life and succumb to the pressure and the mental anguish as a result of the abuse, years and years and years and years and years of ongoing abuse, she had to leave. She had to start fresh. She had to forget everything, pack up and leave and go. And now you're weaponizing her great escape. Now you're weaponizing the fact that she had to go somewhere to save her life. Tawanda,
My number hasn't changed, but yours has. It was
these bitches are low down dirty. I'm sorry. And y'all ain't heard me call nobody no bees. They low down dirty. My number ain't changed. But yours have. My number is still the same. You could have called me. You are her aunt. She was a child. That's your duty. You brought Gabe around your family. You exposed them to Gabe. It's your job to make it right. It's your job to hunt down her phone number. I don't give a damn if you had to jump on a flight. He's gone now. You could have made it right. You could have made it right. You could have flew over there, apologized for shunning her, and y'all did alienate her, according to her. She said you quit speaking to her. And then you turned and flipped the table and flipped the script as if she was coming on to your husband. You accuse a child of wanting your man with your insecure ass. As opposed to handling him the moment you found out, he's supposed to be up out of there. He's supposed to be up out of there. That's what a real bitch would do. Fuck a man. Family over everything. But you kept him. And you pushed her out. And the rest of the family helped you. And they helped you. Miss Evelyn, you're going to have some explaining to do. Because you've taught your daughters that their bodies don't belong to them. Tamar said y'all did not help her when she reached out for help. Y'all kept Tamar exposed to abuse, years and years and years of abuse. You didn't believe her. You didn't help her. And women like y'all that turn a blind eye and will sacrifice a child so that you can continue to sit in the pulpit as a first lady so that you can continue to be on the road with your children. Child, please. Y'all quit asking where the dad is. The dad has abused her too, so he don't matter. The dad is guilty, alleged by Ashley, of also abusing her. This family is infested with predators. The Braxton family is infested with predators. They have so much sexual trauma, and y'all call it what do they call it? Generational predatory behavior. Nobody's safe. And it almost seems like those women feel like because it happened to them, it's not a big deal that it's happening to you. You turn the other cheek, you give him 15 minutes, you let him do what he need to do, and you shut up and you be quiet. Because that's what it's coming across like. Be quiet. A man gonna be a man. Because that's what it's given. I am sick. I was like, ugh. When I heard Tawanda say you're a victim too, girl, bye. Really? Who approved this to leave the cutting room floor?
It was an unfortunate situation that occurred. I wish that Ashley could have reached out to Trina by herself.
Okay, so you acknowledge that she was abused. However, she should have reached out to Trina by. That's not her responsibility. She's fighting to save her own life. That's not her responsibility. Trina is a grown ass woman. That's not her responsibility. She doesn't need Trina's permission to tell her story. She doesn't need Trina's blessing. When she came to Trina, Trina made it her fault. Fuck Trina. Excuse my language.
How do you feel about the platform that Ashley or outside of social media? Because social media can be an ugly monster.
No, the ugly monster are the predators in your family. Social media has nothing to do with what has transpired within your family and your lineage. Social media has nothing to do with the predatory behavior that keeps rearing its ugly face along the Braxton family. Girl, don't put that on social media. Don't play with us. Don't insult our intelligence. Y'all failed. And you women expect her to sweep it under the rug and pretend that it didn't happen to save these men. And I said what I said. I didn't mean to say it, but it came out. But it came out. It ain't enough bad bitches around for me to check some of these women. Man, if we could go back to checking these women. If we could go back to old school and be like, well, your daughter said what? Your niece said what? He's still here? Bitch, are you crazy? If you don't get him up out of here, I'll call the police myself. Are you crazy? Nah, bro, you're going to have to get up out of here. I wouldn't give a damn if he's a man. You're going to have to get up out of here, homeboy, when it comes to my niece. And you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nah, y'all ain't bad enough for me. And maybe that's why your careers and your success hasn't hit or hitting like it could be. Because you did the wrong thing. You aided and abetted a predator, allegedly. I strongly believe that when a kid comes to you and they tell you that and your niece ran it down in great detail, none of you came to her aid and you turned your back on her. You made it her fault. So when you look at your career and you look at your karma and you wonder why your singing career, your acting career hasn't taken off, karma isn't necessarily served in the platter that you dish it out. So let that be a reminder to wonder, Trina. Okay, just in case. Why am I? It seems like I'm stuck. Nothing is sticking for me. Nothing is taking off. Well, you remember 16 years ago when your niece came to you and said that your husband wanted her sexually and you blamed her and flipped the script on her as a child and played these wicked ass mind games and made it seem like she wanted him, left her baffled? Oh, you did a mind job on her. They call it mind fuck. You did a mind fuck on her and her sister. So much so that her sister turned to drugs and alcohol just to be able to cope. Oh, yeah. And you wonder why your career ain't taking off? Girl, go sit down. It'll hit you. It'll come to you eventually. Give it a little bit more time. And if you could stop jumping from man to man to man, Trina, maybe you could find a little bit of healing. Let's continue. I have to stop it, y'all.
people
Mhm.
who have absolutely no knowledge or idea of the situation were bullying me.
Right.
First of all, you were not bullied. You were not bullied. Because if these messages are what you deem as bullied, girl, bye. Let me see if I can read them. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Well, I'm sorry, y'all.
Is being given.
I think sometimes
Hold on.
people take the opportunity that's given to them without even thinking about the repercussions.
Or outside of social media, because social media can be an ugly monster.
People
Mhm.
who have absolutely no knowledge or idea of the situation were bullying me.
That those were not bullying. See, when production take the comments with that, let's just say we were on the show and we said, "Oh my God, what my niece did is horrible as a result of her going on her TikTok." Listen, because we're not gonna put this on Tamar. Ashley ran down the family abuse, the predatory behavior on her TikTok in like a four-part series, okay? And she said her father sent her a cease and desist. Tamar had nothing to do with that. Tamar learned of Ashley's digital documentation on TikTok when we learned about it. Tamar then reached out and said, "Come on over here. I'm not going to just leave you on TikTok to tell your story in a closet. I'm going to put you on this podcast. We're going to clean it up a bit. We're going to get you a real production team. We're going to make this do what it do." Okay. As a result of Ashley speaking out on TikTok, Trina was saying that she got bullied. But if you look at some of the comments right here, girl, this is not bullying. It was basically saying that the aunt should be ashamed of herself, stuff like that. If this is the worst that you came up with, cry me a river.
Right.
I was devastated.
You're devastated because you don't want to be embarrassed. You're devastated because you think you're better than Ashley. And you think because you're Trina Braxton that you should be able to shut down, erase, and make it go away. That you accepted a man that didn't want you and that was fantasizing over your teenage nieces. That's what's devastating to you. That people will find out that you actually got back in bed with this man. How is that you can lay with a man that you know likes little girls? What do you tell yourself, Trina? Have you talked to your therapist about the why? I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. How were you able to sit there and do what you did with him as your husband, knowing that he had an appetite for young girls? You saw the text messages. Her stepmom exposed it. How did that make you feel as a woman? Hmm?
I was absolutely devastated. I told you, I'm sorry that this has happened to you.
So you acknowledge that it happened. You and your sister both acknowledge, but still, it's her fault because she didn't come to you before she went public and started to share her story and her journey of healing. Do y'all understand the impact of what Trina and Tawanda are doing? It's reverse psychology.
And I embraced you. But if there was something additional that you needed from me, why didn't you call me?
Because she doesn't know what she needs. She was a child. She's not going to know anything about her mental health. She's not going to know anything about what she needs until she runs up on something that triggers memories of the abuse, that makes her feel ashamed of her body, that causes her to be conflicted. What the fuck? You're a grown up. You have to anticipate what she's going to need as a child. Hell, you have a sister that it happened to. What are you talking about? This isn't the first time that this has happened to your family. Go back and use Tamar as a reference point. But you know why you can't? Because y'all shunned Tamar and made her the black sheep of the family for coming forward about the abuse many years ago when she told on many and multiple family members.
because I do remember that all went on tour together. We saw each other all the time. We talked to each other all the time.
And I'm not making this always about me. No.
No, you are making it about you. And who gives a damn that you went on tour with your niece? Do you hear them? She should have said something again if she's bothered. We went on tour. Girl, that is work. That is work. That is a work environment. It's not conducive to having a full head-on confrontation. At that point, you guys had complete and total control over her. There was an imbalance of power. What she looked like going against all of y'all on tour. Hey, auntie, you remember? Nah, she still was young. I remember. We were all on tour. She could have said something. Then why are you treating her as if she's your equal with your grown ass? She's not your equal. And that tells me that Ashley is not lying about you viewing her as a grown woman and accusing her of wanting your husband, because Tawanda is placing grown woman expectations on a teen that was on tour with them. How come she didn't say something then? And that leads me to believe you did accuse that little girl of wanting your man. And that's why you can't believe that she didn't step to you like a woman. But because in order for you to sweep it under the rug, you have to tell yourself a messed up ass story and put her in a position of a woman. Now you had to come. You was acting like you were acting like a woman. You probably was switching and did it in front of Gabe, and so you personified her as a woman, and you didn't see her as a child, and you still don't see her as a child. None of you did. So she should have came to you like a woman years later because you let her go on tour. First of all, neither one of you are lead singers. So let's not act like it was your fucking tour. Clock that T. Hell, you should have just been happy to be there, backup dancing.
Well, I definitely don't look at it that way. How am I supposed to compartmentalize it?
You by telling the truth. You failed her. You turned a blind eye. I wouldn't shit. I let my husband get away with it. I pretended it didn't happen. I put the blame on you. I made you into a woman. I accused you of coming after him. That's how you do it. Like a grown-ass woman.
Because that's not something I have an answer to right now.
No, I just think that is a timing thing.
No, because it's 16 years later. How much more time does she need? She said, Trina saying, I still haven't processed it because you're in denial. And you're victim shaming and you're victim blaming, even in 2025. I got your back, Ashley. Don't worry, I got you.
I prayed about it. I thought about it. I was like, there's
Or outside of social media, because
certain things that I don't think is for public consumption. There are certain things that a family needs to work out before we invite other people, because I don't think healing should unfold before the masses.
You don't get to tell her how to heal. If you wanted to be a positive influence in her life, you had your chance 16 years ago. You don't get to tell her shit. You don't get to direct and dictate her story. You don't get to direct and dictate like you did. And that's why you think you did, because many years ago, you had the power and the influence as an adult, and you stepped and you squashed it. And you pretended it didn't happen, and you blamed her, and it got her to go away. And you're still operating in that same notion today. She doesn't have to come to you. You're not God. You are nobody. Your time to shine is gone. The courtesy, any that she could have or would have had for you is gone. The moment you made her and placed her at fault is gone. We saw you with Gabe years and years and years and years and years on that television screen. Honey, your stock has plummeted. It has no value. Don't nobody care. I don't. What you have to say.
True healing shouldn't be for other people to judge the situation except for the people that are in it.
You are crazy. You are crazy if you want her to take this to her grave in order to protect you. You shouldn't have even spoke on it if you weren't going to come for real. Now, Kiarna, this is when you need the chin check. This is when you chin check a hoe. That's crazy. I was like, oh my God, these people really are.
After all this stuff happened again, here it goes again, because Trina's trying to hide her emotions. She's trying to hide her feelings. She doesn't see.
Trina tried to hide her emotions and her feelings because Trina knows she was wrong. Don't nobody give a damn. Now you next to another man. Ashley's still fighting to heal to be able to enter into a healthy marriage if she decides to go that route. If it hasn't impacted her sexual orientation. Don't nobody care. I don't. I don't care that Trina Braxton is upset about Ashley Braxton speaking out. Do y'all care? Do you feel like, let me back up. Do you feel that Ashley should have given a heads up, or would have been in the best interest of the family for Ashley to give a heads up to her aunt, Trina? Trey says Trina doesn't want to heal. The family is comfortable and complacent in misery. Now I see why Tamar struggles. This family constantly victim shames and exploits the weakness of the victims in the family. Tamar was a victim. Ashley's a victim. Do you see how the narrative, and if we didn't know, I'm glad she said something, because they would have made her the evil step niece, like they made Tamar the evil stepsister, almost. This is ridiculous, but let's continue.
Yeah, but it's okay. Trina, it's been a lot, and it's heavy, and it's been this way for a few years. Then
I didn't want to go here.
It's okay. Then Tracy passed away. And now, after all these years,
It was a lot to take in. It was
Right.
a lot to accept. It was a lot to
digest.
mull over. I can't say how much time it takes another person to deal with
Right.
whatever it is they're dealing with.
She's going to deal with it for the rest of her life. How about that? She's going to deal with it the rest of her life. She's going to replay over and over when she tried to go to adults how your grown ass blamed her for being attractive and young.
Of course.
Certain things that I don't think is for public consumption.
All right, so that's that piece. Let me come to the comments and see what some of you are saying. And then it's crazy because a lot of women, some women like Trina, instead of healing, they go from man to man to man to man to man. You went from Gabe to the band sing. You remember she performed fellatio on the bandmates, then went back to Gabe, then went straight to Vaughn. And hopping on a man is not going to heal you. Hopping on a man is not going to take away the fact that you aided and abetted. You are an enabler to abuse. You did it, and you're still running your mouth. Do you not know how that impacts a victim? Do you not know what that could be doing to your niece to hear you come out and take a stand and salute a motherfucker that was a predator and saying it's not fair to him in his grave? Do you not know the impact? That's crazy. Listen, these girls never had a chance. They never stood a chance. Mama Evelyn ain't even acknowledging that it happened that I know of. Mama Evelyn is skating around it, ain't even apologized. That's crazy to me. Okay, I want to go to Ashley.
Speak about domestic violence. I want to speak about domestic abuse. I want to speak about abandonment. I want to speak about, people not believing you. I still want to talk about these on the stage. I also just feel like I want to avenge my sister's passing, and just, I felt so bad the way everything played out with her and her death. The fact that first somebody said that she passed away from a heart condition, complete lie. My sister passed away from drug use. we all know that my sister was doing drugs. But there was a reason why she was doing drugs. And so the fact that no one was able to look at this girl and have compassion for her.
That's crazy. She said this family lacks compassion. Well, we can see that with Miss Evelyn. We can see that with Tawanda firsthand. Those are the most prominent symbols of a lack of empathy and compassion with Miss Evelyn and Tawanda, right? If we had to line them up and put them, in place order. But let me give you a little bit of background about this video. This is Ashley is still suffering because the Braxtons are pretending that basically her and her sister didn't get abused, wasn't traumatized as young girls. They lied that the abuse drove her sister to overdose. They're trying to clean it up. She said they showed no compassion and they're doing everything in their power to protect Trina. I don't know Ashley's exact age, but I know they were between the ages of 14 to 16, came telling what these grown men was doing. And these women failed her. Let's continue.
Her and understand why she was I just felt like my sister's death was just so nobody cares. It's better to let her rest in peace. Speak about domestic violence. I want to speak about domestic abuse.
So she's dealing with the loss of her sister. She's dealing with the abuse that both she and her sister suffered. She's dealing with the fact that her mom was severely, allegedly traumatized by Michael Braxton, that the mom ran and left the girls with him. So there's just so much to unpack. You'll be shocked if people like this make it. You know what I'm saying? Because according to statistics, many of them do turn to drugs, alcohol, prostitution, you name it, I'll claim it. And the fact that she's still here and they're still denying her existence, and the reason why I say her existence is because everything that comes with her is her existence. And if you can't accept the fact, or if it makes you uncomfortable that your husband did inappropriate things, then you are denying her reality. You are denying her truth. Let me go to this. So Tamar, thank you. Tamar get into it with the sisters, y'all. I think there's so many family secrets. Watch this. Look at this trailer. And y'all probably have already seen it. But let's check it out.
I want to introduce my very own niece, Ashley Braxton. I have this family, we have this name, we have this leg.
Let me pause it for a second.
All the fun and laughter.
Of course, this is leading up. This is giving us an overview of what's to come through the season. And as you start to see tensions build up, Tamar loses it on Tawanda. Hold on, let me go. Let me see if I can find it. Right here. Let's see. I hope I'm right.
You better take that back. I'm not taking nothing back. Come on, y'all, let's not do this.
Watch this.
Do not get the lead. Oh, don't put your hand.
Tawanda, whatever they were talking about, it seems that it triggered Tamar, with Tawanda smirking and laughing. That Tamar knocked a glass towards Tawanda's way. This is years of resentment. This is years of defiance. This is years of rejection. This is years of denial. And that smirk from Tawanda sent Tamar over the top. All right. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. And a part of me, I'm like, do we keep it on tele? Because I don't want to say take it off. Because listen, if nobody talks about abuse, how do we recognize it? How do we jump in and intervene if nobody talks about it and exposes it, right? So I kind of feel like it would be a disservice to the public and to victims if we did pull it, because we need to see firsthand what it looks like when people don't believe, when your family shuns you, when your grandma, your aunt, your sister, whoever calls you a liar, your dad, all of that. So if we pulled it, we're not going to learn as a community. We're not going to be able to talk through it. And it's almost like we're sweeping it under the rug and helping them to sweep it under the rug. Hell, I think we would be doing them a favor if we say, pull it. They'd be like, good riddance. Whew. Back to singing and being successful. Let's see if there's anything else that I felt like was worth. Hold on, let's play this.
We got an issue.
So it's out. I think she's in one of the bed.
You saw Tamar pointing? Tamar was ready to fight. That's years of rage built up. Let's look at it one more time. With her pointing her finger like that. Y'all see it? She's pointing at Trina. Because Trina, she pointing at you like that because she know what Tamar is probably one of the only people in that room that understands what Ashley is up against and will be up against for the rest of her life. So that's why I see, or I can understand her finger being in Trina's face like that, because you enabled that her to do it to her. Let's take a look. Hold on. Let me redo this. I think we got it maximized. Yeah. Oh, I keep messing it up. Here we go. Here we go. Let me see if this is better. Nah, not really. Hold on. I want to play that again. I'm going to turn down the volume because I don't want to get in trouble. Look at that. The producers are saying, uh-oh. Hold on. Let me go back. We may need a little bit of it. The producers are saying, we got an issue. Let's see.
Issue.
So it's out. I think she's in one of the bedrooms.
Braxtons, all new season.
That's it. That was that one. Now let me go to, there was one more. I think we got everything we needed. Yeah. So I'm going to be tuned in. Let me hear what y'all have to say. Oh, this is not scripted. Oh, this ain't scripted. I don't mind a family fallout when it's over life and death. Does that make sense? When it comes to saving the next generation, let's go. Let's tussle. We going toe to toe. It's almost like principalities, right? For we war not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, rulers of darkness. So I don't mind a family fallout if it comes to sometimes you got to fight to be set free. He whom the Son has set free is free indeed. And it just baffles me, Miss Evelyn. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I try to hold a place for older women, right? But you're a woman. You know the word inside and out. How do you pretend? How do you pretend? How do you not acknowledge? How do you quote the word to everybody else? And have these empowering platforms, dialogues for other women and overlook your niece? And is it because your son is placed on a pedestal and you feel like your job is to be quiet and not say anything so that you can protect your son? And I get a mother's love towards her son, but you cannot continue to aid and abet generational predatory behavior, woman. Now you want it to be the matriarch. You are the matriarch. You got to show up, Mama Evelyn, because you are failing miserably. I don't look at you the same. I'm not judging you. I just don't look at you the same. Because where are you in this saga? Where are you when your family needs you the most? Where are you as it relates to accountability? Y'all, let me drop the link. I'm going to bring everybody up one by one just to give you 30 to 45 seconds to speak on what you feel, your thoughts. And I'm just going to say, due to the nature and the sensitivity of today's topic, please don't use personal examples of what happened to you in your past, because we're not prepared to be able to address it fully. And I don't want to do a disservice by having you open up and not have any resources for you, okay, as a handoff. So I'm dropping the link. If you want to come up and speak on the Braxtons and what's happening in real time and how far families will go to cover up family secrets. And the crazy part is Tawanda said we were on tour. So when people like us watch, you be like, yeah, you think you're going to see the Beyoncés of the world. You think you're going to see the Braxtons, the Tony Braxtons, and all of these people, not knowing people on that stage are being abused, or they're enabling abusers, or they're doing the abusing. And you don't have to come up, right? Bonjour. Is it Google? Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. But let me I'll give it a few more seconds, and if not, we good to go. Oh yeah, I'm sure Jacqueline. Jacqueline says, you know, that mother's generation kept secrets close to the chest. I am sure. But there's no such thing as a secret because it continues to happen. They're just handing the ball off to the next generation to do it. Because listen, Ashley abused sexually her sister. What was done to Ashley, she started to do to her own sister, even though they were sisters, right? And I keep telling you, quit. You can't pray that away. You can't pray that away. You can't buy that away. You can't love that away. You got to get those kids some intensive therapy, or they turn out to be predators in many cases themselves. So Ashley was duplicating on her sister what was done to her. Oh no, my son is fine. My daughter is fine, Queen Sheba, my niece. No, ma'am. Not really. You're not going to know that unless you live a day where nobody grows up to say your daughter, your son touched me, blah, 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 blah. So you got to watch kids with kids, because it's not just adults that you have to watch. You have to watch siblings with each other. Oh, well, I don't want to do that. My kids, I rebuke that. You can rebuke it all day. But if one of your kids have been touched without your knowledge, even there could be a chance that they can touch their siblings and you won't know until later. Hell, I'm sure nobody knew that Ashley was touching her sister. We know now because Ashley is confessing that to get that up off of her, to get it out of her spirit, to get it off her spirit. So it's not even about sleepovers, because remember, I just said your kids can touch each other. So it's not even outsiders, because Ashley was touching her sister. We strongly believe that Tamar may have been touched by her brother. Kids often duplicate what's been done to them. How do you prevent it? How would you know? Unfortunately, you don't. You know, I guess you got to keep a close watch, a close eye. You have to pay attention. You can't just have everybody around your children, even family members. You can't just be letting these men, these boyfriends, these girlfriends meet your kids because you in love. Don't nobody care how long you've known them. Hell, they said predators. I think somebody sent me that. They said they watched, who sent me this? Where the guy with the predators were saying or given a lot of detail on how they pick their victims. Hell, a lot of them like you because you have kids. Easy target. Easy target. And some of us are so hard up and so lonely and so desperate to date. Well, he's good to me or she's good to me. And then you just drop them on your kids. Boom. Welcome, Butterfly Sugar. What are your thoughts?
Good afternoon, Queen and Palace. Just going back over the original episodes of the Braxton Family Values and listening to the mom speak about the dad and how he cheated on her with a woman in the church and she just ignored it. And then when Tamar brought up her husband cheating and she told Tamar that unless you're going to do something about it, keep quiet. And Tony having bad marriages, all of them all had bad marriages, hidden secrets, and just patterns of abuse. And I believe it starts with the parents because those are all taught behaviors. You teach your children by your actions of what you do and what you cover up. So your children are going to mimic that. And too many Black households live on that. What happens in my house stays in my house. But unless the mom speaks up and tells the truth, they're never all going to heal. None of them. They're never going to heal because they're never going to speak up against their mom. And it starts with her. And that's who I lay majority of this blame at. She might not have sexually abused her grandchildren and her daughters, but that blame starts with her because she wasn't a safe place as a mom. She was a picture and an example of staying quiet and protecting men at all costs and putting a man on a pedestal, whether it was her husband or her son or the men that she dated after her divorce. And she topped it off with so much anger and hate and control over her children where they never felt safe anywhere. And then that just made, especially Tamar, because she's the youngest, that made her pray. And that also made her granddaughters pray for a predator, which was Gabe.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Butterfly, for rolling that out and just sharing your thoughts.
Thank you, Queen. I hope you have a good day. Have a good evening, the Palace.
You too. That was Butterfly Sugar, y'all. Excellent, excellent commentary and feedback. And according to the nieces, one thing I did want to add is that Ashley alleged that her dad may have abused her. So keep that in mind too. So it wasn't just Gabe, which is why the dad wouldn't shit when y'all keep. Where was the dad? Child doing what Gabe was doing, allegedly. Allegedly. Trey Carter. Welcome, Trey.
Well, thank you, Queen. Hello, Palace, and everyone. And it's funny you say that because when we really think about it, it's really disgusting how the sisters are trying to block and cover and protect their brother, because that's their brother that's Ashley's father. So we have to make that known. But I really would like to say that they should not have been back on TV. And I don't plan on watching, but I really have to put into the fact that the moral, the physical, emotional, and psychological turpitude that's going on with this family really should be studied. We really should be watching this to figure out what is going on and how do we stop these types of curses from happening in our families, because this is just ridiculous. Trina should be ashamed of herself, sitting up here acting like the victim. You got the nerve to fix your lips to say that that healing shouldn't happen in the public, but you drag your children and Gabe over there to Ayanna Van Zant so she can read you down for filth. Y'all was sitting around on Braxton Family Values with Dr. Sherry telling y'all about yourselves and y'all still couldn't get it right. Tawanda is a fool. I really don't care for her. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but it's ridiculous. She's sitting up here talking about some, well, you moved away. Who cares about her moving away? Y'all didn't give a damn about that girl when she was right in front of your face, when she was standing right next to you, singing in the background. Like, what are we talking about? Like, these people are really morally deficient and just trifling. And yes, it starts at the home. It starts with mama as well as that father, that raggedy father, Mr. Joe Jackson Braxton and Evelyn Braxton. And I really am. It's really unfortunate that we have been watching these women for decades, and stuff just still coming out. Like it really should be studied. But that's all I have.
You brought up a good point. You didn't care about her when you were using her to fill in the background. You knew she was abused then. You knew what Gabe did then. That's you know what? I had to think about, like, I knew, the way you presented it, it's like a aha moment. It's like, damn, an epiphany.
Yeah,
They said
I just
George
don't. She didn't believe her. I don't think that Trina believed that girl. And if she thought about it and believed it, then she just did everything she could to not think about it or put it in the back of her mind because she didn't want to believe. Because Gabe was over there paying for taking care of those kids that weren't his and footing the bill for everything. So she couldn't say nothing.
She
In
chose
her
not to.
opinion,
She
she
could have
chose
said
not
something.
to.
She chose
She
not
could
to.
have. Right.
Yeah. Watch this. So it seems that this is a phenomenon. I want to share something that I came across today. And I'm like, what is going on with these women? They just, oh Lord, watch this. I'm gonna share something real quick and then we up out of here. Give me 1 second. Let me share it. Oh. All right. Let me know when y'all can see my screen.
I can see it.
Okay. All right. We good then. Okay, here we go. Y'all check this out. Watch this. So a mother confronts her fiance and
my daughter. This is the only daughter I have.
a mother confronts her fiance and daughter for sleeping together behind her back. The mother's quote unquote, "You are my child. Are you intentionally trying to hurt me?" Men come a dime a dozen. Watch this. Here we go. Let me start it all over.
This is the only daughter I have. We've always been like super close. This is like my best friend. She has a big butt. I'm not gonna lie. Unfortunately, I don't have that. She got the booty. And she comes to my house with these little shorts on and tight clothing and always bending over. And he be looking with his little googly eyes. I caught him a few times. I'm like, what you doing? Oh no, I was looking at the TV. You weren't looking at no damn TV. You was looking at her butt. And so then she calls his phone in the middle of the night. And when I answer the phone, she's like, oh, I'm like, why you calling my man? She's like, well, I was trying to call you. Remind you, I don't got no calls, no missed calls from her, no text messages, no nothing. And then my friend told me she saw them at a bar hugging and kissing. He denied it, though. He denied it.
What will you do if you find out that they're sleeping together?
I hope that's not the case. First, I'm going to put his ass out. I'm packed up. He's got to go. He got to go. That's it. The wedding is off. It's over with.
Well, my producer told me before we bring anyone out, there's something they want you and I to look at. What is it?
We've been messing around, and it's over with. I just want to let her know enough days to continue to decide to get married. I just want to get that off my conscience.
I'm just to marry this man, Anaya. We supposed to be getting married in less than 2 months. You are my daughter. Men come a dime a dozen, but you are my child. You are my child. Are you intentionally trying to hurt me?
I'm not.
And you're crying?
Because I feel bad for hurting you.
Well, if you felt so bad, why did you do it? You should have stopped it then and been like, no, I'm not doing that to my mama again. I'm not going to put her through
She said again.
that no more.
I was angry and upset with you.
And you don't think I'm angry and upset? You sleeping with my daughter? How many times did I ask you this?
More than once.
And what did you tell me?
Told you I haven't been sleeping with her.
So, but you have though, right? Multiple times, and you told her you was gonna leave me to be with her. You told
Baby.
her you loved her.
Yes.
Marcus, why would you,
Dude, I'm really trying not to put my hands on you, dude.
if you wanted to cheat, why would you cheat with her daughter? Why would you pursue her daughter?
Why?
Because
Any other woman. You could have any woman.
Well, it was enticing, you know.
What?
Oh,
what's enticing about my daughter? I told you about what she did to me before. You already knew this, and so you open up the same wound. You think I'm gonna still marry you? Are you out your rabbit ass mind? And you're sleeping with my daughter.
Did you consider her a daughter too? At first, did you consider her as your daughter?
At first, yes.
And what switched in your mind that made you see her as not your daughter anymore?
Like I told you, coming around me with the tight clothes.
So that means you're saying you have no self-control?
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and have you just leave because there's no point in talking to you. You're disgusting. Okay. And then we should go back
you
to
already
stage.
know we over with. It's over with and done. You already know that. And my
Baby, y'all, what the fuck is going on in today's world? What the fuck is going on in today's world? Listen, did y'all hear that? Trey, what are your thoughts?
You want my thoughts for real, Queen?
Go ahead.
I would have swung on both of them on camera. Both of them would have got it. What do you mean again? What's going on in that home? And then this bald headed man, what is going? These people are crazy. It's way too much going on. Like,
Way too much.
oh my God,
First,
today.
look, y'all, this is real. Listen, first of all, why do you women bring these men around your kids? You're not married to them. You move them in the house. Why are y'all so comfortable? Because I wouldn't care. You're not coming around my kids, period. We're gonna have to get married. You know what I mean? Like it's bad enough because you don't know. But how do women feel so freaking comfortable giving access to men, to their children, boys and girls, young men and young women, so quick, so fast, so soon? Okay, that's the first thing. The
Right.
second thing, this is disgusting. This isn't her daughter's first time sleeping with one of her men. So that tells me the mother-daughter dynamic is trash. It's fucking
It
trash.
is.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Y'all
It's
not
something going on in
mother-daughter.
that home. Mm-mm.
Y'all competing with each other. Both of y'all are city girls outside trying to outdo each other. Y'all don't like each other at all. You said that's your best friend, but your daughter be sleeping with your men. There is something just nasty and disgusting about it, but I'm gonna let it play and I'm gonna break it down in real time. Okay. I'm gonna break it down in
Right.
real time. Here we go. And I'm gonna be pausing it. Let's start all over.
My daughter, this is the only daughter I have. We've always been like super close. This is like my best friend. She has a big butt. I'm not gonna lie.
So the way that you describe your daughter, she has
She
a
had a
big
big booty.
butt. She has a big butt. That's a competitive statement.
It is.
What? Ma'am. So I ain't gonna lie, her booty bigger than mine. She got a big butt. That ain't even like a
Right.
motherly comment.
And it almost makes me believe that she encouraged her daughter to use her big butt to get what she wanted.
It's like she got a big butt. I ain't gonna lie.
Like her daughter was that friend to her that she showed her daughter what she's doing. And now that her daughter has learned the ways of her nasty mama, now she out here doing the same thing. That's what it's
Hold on,
giving.
Denise. Hold on. They saying you said a daughter was 16 when she first slept with her mama. Can you send me the full clip? Can you
Oh
send
my
that real
God.
quick, Denise? Can you send that to my Instagram? 16? And now she's 20. Okay, hold on. Lord have mercy. I can't. But look, so she described her daughter as having a big butt. And then did a comparison and say, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got it. Hold on.
Unfortunately, I don't have that. She got the booty. And she comes.
Y'all, I'm for that bitch. Ma'am.
It's given we go to
Ma'am.
the club together. We go to the club together to pull me in.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like y'all are at the club at the Jew Junkin, smoking Newports and taking shots of malt liquor.
But the
Hold
fact that she said, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
on. Okay, no, go ahead.
The fact that, if it's true that this young lady was 16 the first time, but in your head you still believe that she did that on purpose, and it's your fault that this is happening to me type of rhetoric that she's putting, that's diabolical.
That's
Something's
why
wrong
I'm
with this
using
lady.
this to put it in. So we started off with the Braxtons, but I'm giving you one that somewhat may be in alignment of how Trina was thinking. Do y'all understand what I'm doing it? Where I see
Right.
you as a woman as early as age 16, you was sleeping with my man. You wanted my man. Now listen, how the mom is speaking. Here we go.
Comes to my house with these little shorts on and tight clothing and always bending over, and he be looking with his little googly eye.
So you're enticing my man. She talking like her daughter is some woman from the street. Yeah, she be coming over here in tight clothes, bending over so he can see what she working with.
I caught him a few times. I'm like, what you doing?
And you didn't put that motherfucker out.
Right.
The first time he had googly eyes towards your daughter. Hey, bro, say, hold on. You got to get up out of here. You didn't think to put his ass out? Did it not red flag the hell out of you? You looking at my daughter in a sexual, and he got to stay? He got to stay in your home. Baby, when I tell you, that's why I can't be friends with everybody. Y'all too fucking weak for me. Y'all too weak for me. Your spine don't have the right amount of calcium for me. Call me mean, call me cut off queen. You gonna have to prove yourself. Test the spirit and all things. You gonna let that nigga slide after you say he bent over your daughter and he's googly eyeing your daughter's big butt and you ain't said shit, bitch. You are weak. We could never be friends ever. We not built the same. If you can't stand on principle when it comes to your own flesh and blood, I know damn well you can't be a good friend to me. No. No, ma'am. Feel free to jump in as you please, Trey. Don't wait on me.
Oh no, you good, Queen.
Okay.
You can keep playing. I'm just in shock and awe. She
Yeah,
gonna
I
let
can't.
this man fit.
Yeah.
This bald headed, this old granddaddy looking Negro sitting up in her house,
Ass
I'm
nigga.
Googling her 20-some-year-old daughter. Of course. What is going on? I don't get it.
Hold on, watch this. Out of order. Go ahead.
Oh no, you good. You can play.
Oh no, I was looking at the TV. You weren't looking at no damn TV. You was looking at her butt. And so then she calls his phone in the middle of the night. And when I answer the phone, she's like, oh, I'm like, why you calling my man? She's like,
Why you calling my man? Like her daughter, just a hoe from the street. Why you call it confrontational? That's why I say y'all ain't mother and daughter. Why you calling my man? First of all, that conversation, if that were my child, that conversation would not have gone down like that. Hey, baby. Did you need, let's say his name is Ray. You know you call Ray's phone, right? I was trying to call you. Okay, well, go ahead and call me. Hit me up on my phone. And when you need me, you call my phone. I got it. And there's a reason. Because that's my child. And I'm not saying she's right, but I gotta handle it different in front of him. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I'm still trying to get past how the hell she got his phone number, but
Thank you.
it makes sense.
But I still got to handle it different in front of him because he's the
Right.
outsider. He's the intruder. You're not going to let me out. A woman, you ain't never supposed to let a nigga see you put your child or your daughter in a place where she's competition for you. Period. Let's go.
well, I was trying to call you. Remind you, I don't got no calls, no missed calls from her, no text messages, no nothing. And then my friend told me she saw them at a bar hugging and kissing. He denied it, though. He denied it.
What will you do if you find out that they're sleeping together?
I hope that's not the case. First, I'm going to put his ass out.
He should have been gone.
I hope that's not the case. How many red flags? How much do you need, ma'am? How much?
He should have
Why are
been
you
gone.
trying so hard to not believe it? She is fighting herself to block the truth.
He should have been gone.
Been gone. How
You
bold of him. Both of them and the daughter.
He
They
knows
just
she ain't shit, though.
out on the streets. They out on the street, outside, kissing and rubbing and hugging. What kind of
On dates
my
that
God.
she don't get. Taking your daughter out, hugged up at the bar with yours. And
None
your
of
friend
that.
ain't shit because your friend didn't run up.
Right.
All y'all weak. All y'all weak. Your friend didn't run up.
Baby, what state they live in? This is out of order.
Baby, I would have took broom to mop. I would have act like I spilled something in that restaurant. Ma'am, do you have a mop? And baby, listen.
What podunk town these people stay in? This don't make no sense whatsoever. And she's sitting. How you sitting at the house? I'm sorry, I'm gonna laugh because it's not funny. It's really sad. But
your friend's
it's
supposed
too
to go to
much.
work on your behalf. Trey, your friends are supposed to go to work on your behalf. You get what I'm
Right,
saying? Them the kind of motherfuckers you need when you're not in the room. That's gonna
right.
take care of you.
Her friend should have walked over to that table and been like, "Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Y'all know I see you, right? You know I know who you is, right?"
Now
Then
she
they,
may
oh,
not be able to
yeah.
fight her daughter, but I would have fought her daughter for her after I was done with him. Oh, you gonna get your ass up out of here, hugged up with your mom's man? She can't talk to you like that, but I will get your hoe ass up out of here. What the blah blah
Right,
blah 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 blah? Oh, I'm embarrassed the hell up out of here, out of you. No, ma'am. I don't know what
it's
type
gonna
of
make no
time you
sense.
on, but you not finna do my friend like that. And guess what? If your mama got something to say, I'll fight her fucking ass too. But one thing you finna do, you finna cut a two-step up out of here. You finna get up out of here.
You know,
Get your ass
it's
from under this man, huh? Go ahead.
right. It's situations like this. It's these types of situations that makes me want to ask more questions.
I
Like
have a lot.
what happened in that young girl's life when she was in the age of the 15 and the 16s to why is she spiting her mother? Is this man a product of what happened to her in the past? Because she was
Yeah.
abused.
So they saying that she slept with her mom's man when she was 16. First of all,
She
that's a
didn't
child.
sleep with her mom.
Child.
Right.
That's a child.
That young girl was abused
No,
sexually.
but hold on. Before we can even get there, these are women that are bringing people around their children. Trina took her nieces around Gabe. That's your man, not theirs. He don't
Right.
get to have access to them for weeks. You didn't know who he was until you put him in something that was enticing. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a child. So your man slept with your daughter when she was a child, and your bitch ass didn't press charges on him. You ain't shit, ma'am. Excuse my language. You ain't shit. And now
And
you're
it's
mad
kind
and
of like
say, "You're doing this to me again." You created that breeding environment. You created the breeding ground for her to be taken care of. Now she sees you as competition because you didn't protect her. You didn't sit her
right.
down at 16 and say, "What he did was wrong. That's against the law." And you know what they say? You got to explain to kids, young boys and young girls, even if it felt good, it's wrong.
Right. You turned her. She went from she's a victim, but you turned her into the enemy. Your own
Yeah.
daughter.
Because they say like sometimes young boys that are abused feel guilt, they don't see it as abuse because their anatomy responds, right? No,
Right.
that's why you have to explain to them, even though your body's responding, that's a natural response, right? And your
Right.
body doesn't know that this person isn't supposed to be here, but it's still wrong. And that's our job to educate and take care of these kids. And your reaction is perfectly natural for love and affection and for your mate. This person took advantage of you. Mama didn't do that. Mama blamed her. Mama saw the little girl, the young girl, as the competition, right? And let's continue.
Pack up. He's got to go. He got to go. That's it. The wedding is off. It's over with.
Well, my producer told me before we bring anyone out, there's something they want you and I to look at. What is it?
We been messing around, and it's over with.
So she's been sleeping. Now she's of age, all right?
Right.
Now, but before her mom finds out, the producers backstage was able to get to the truth. Now this girl's in her 20s. Now she's saying, "Yeah, I've been sleeping with your fiance." Okay, all right. Now this is when you go. You remember from parenting, friend, coach. I'm gonna give you what I think at the end. But right. So now I'm not your parent anymore.
Right.
When as a grown woman you sit and say, "Yeah, I've been messing with him." Okay, all right. Yeah, we went out. I'm interested in him. We put it on ice right now. And listen to what she has to say.
I just want to let her know, and if they still continue to decide to get married, I just want to get that off my conscience.
You a lie. You wanted to fuck it up for your mama at this point. I don't blame you as a teen, but you wanted to drop a dime because he told you he was going to leave your mama for you. and he did. So now you acting like a side chick. I want to let you know before you get married that your man is messing with me. I want to get that off my chest. But had he left, there would have been nothing for you to get off your chest. You wanted him to leave. You see how now we can enter into a stage of correction because now you grown.
You're grown, but at the same time, you lost your mother way before you should have.
That's
When she
true.
decided to be your friend and cultivate an environment where you are not her child, you are her friend, and now subsequently her enemy and her perceived villain because of what happened when you were 16. So now you have this mind frame of, yeah, this is my mom, but I've been trained to this is my environment. This is what I know to do, is to have sex with my mama's man.
Well, her mom created that environment, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yes, she's an adult now, but at the same time, she hasn't. She's in her early 20s. I'm assuming. So
Yeah.
she's not that far away from what happened to her in the past. So
Right. That's
this is
true.
all learned behavior.
But we're gonna have to unlearn it.
Right. Oh
That's
yeah,
all
most
I'm
definitely.
saying. We're gonna have to
Yeah.
unlearn it. So even though you're in your 20s, this is years and years of repetitive behavior. So now I'm gonna have to stop being cuddly, nice, mama bear, and we're gonna have to go into some corrective action. Not yet. I'm gonna tell you what I would have done and what I, in that situation. Because
Right.
here's the thing: neither one of them care about each other deeply. They both hate each other. They both dislike each other. I don't
Right.
give a damn if that is your mom and she gave birth to you, or that's your daughter. Y'all are behaving like you don't like each other. Let's continue.
I'm just to marry this man, Anaya. We supposed to be getting married in less than 2 months. You are my daughter. Me come a dime a dozen, but you.
I wouldn't even be talking to my daughter like that. I wouldn't have shit else to say. I would be quiet. See, there are certain things that women of wisdom move completely different. I would not confront her in that manner on national
Right.
television. Do you understand what
Right.
I'm saying?
I fully agree with you.
You
She
get
should have
what I'm
kept her mouth
saying?
shut. You don't reprimand. This is not the time to try to chin check Kiana. This is not the time to chin check your daughter.
Especially
wait.
with Uncle Fester in the back. Because all you're
Right.
going to do is reinforce his predatory ass behavior and send him off to another woman with another daughter that he's going to repeat. So I ain't really got nothing for you right now. Not right now. Not right now. I'm going to hold my position and I'm going to hold my crown. This conversation should not be happening right now.
You are my child. You are my child. Are you intentionally trying to hurt me? I'm not.
To me, I lost respect for the mom because I'm like, you sound like a woman that's out of control. You sound like a woman that don't have control of the situation. You've made her the primary target. You are correcting her. You should be correcting him. Your voice should not even elevate when you're talking to her. You're supposed to be so smooth and cold with it. She's supposed to be shaking in her fucking boots. Do you understand me? Because you are the queen. And you confront her like she your best friend or she the next door neighbor. I'm supposed to be marrying him. Are you trying to hurt me? Baby, it don't even matter what you're trying to do. I got it. Listen to the daughter.
It's really sad.
And you crying?
What'd you say, Trey?
I said it's really sad because at the end of the day, she's gonna correct her daughter. This is gonna be her route because she is not able to, or she's not going to acknowledge that she really needs to be correcting her damn self. It ain't even got shit to do with that old ass nigga that they talking about or her daughter. She allowed this man in her home. She took a ring. She accepted a ring from this man, knowing full well that he was eye googling and doing all this shit to her daughter. She needs to check her damn self first before she talking to anybody. And I don't like, and I fully agree with you with her. She shouldn't be saying anything to her daughter, especially when we're on a set with a full audience that are clapping and which is in agreement to her chin checking her daughter.
And I want
That's
to read.
crazy.
I want to read this comment, and I'm gonna push back just a little bit. Love seeing her. She says facts, but the daughter is still not mature enough because the mama did train her to do better. So she's mature enough. If she's mature at this point, because she's going out on dates, she's sexually desiring a man that she knows is off limits, right? At this point, she's mature Enough. Now you can check her. I just would check her later. Does that make sense?
Right.
Oh, you way mature enough, but I'm not. I'm gonna save it for later because this nigga would never get the benefit of knowing that there's a wedge between us. Not yet, anyway. You get what I'm saying? If so, you
Right.
gonna have to tell him about it. But he ain't gonna never see me sweat. He ain't gonna never see me sweat behind my child. As far as he know, it's his fault. I'll deal with you later. Does that make
Right.
sense? She's
Yeah, she
she's
definitely needs
mature
to
now.
have that conversation with her daughter, just not on national television
That's
in
right.
front of everybody.
And I wouldn't even have it in that capacity. I'm gonna break
Right.
it down for you in a minute.
Because I feel bad for hurting you.
Well, if you felt so bad, why did you do it? You should have stopped it then and been like, no, I'm not doing that to my mama again. I'm not going to put her through that no more.
I was angry and upset with you.
And you don't think
So the daughter, so watch this. I was angry and upset with you. So now we know this is the type of young lady when she gets angry and upset at other women, I'm gonna take your man. At this age, we're not talking about when she was a child. I'm gonna take your man. I'm gonna sleep with him, and that's how I'm gonna get back at you. I'm coming to your house on purpose with short booty shorts on in my 20s so that he can get a look and he can get a taste.
I'm angry and upset? You sleeping with my daughter? How many times did I ask you this?
More than once.
That nigga said more than once. Like a child.
And what did you tell me?
Told you I haven't been sleeping with her.
So, but you have though, right? Multiple times, and you told her you was gonna leave me.
Baby, let me tell you something. If you gotta ask a man if he's sleeping with your daughter, he gotta go. I wouldn't give a fuck if he was sleeping with her or not. The fact that you have to ask is something in your spirit that just don't feel right with him. He gotta go.
Right. Like, ma'am, you already lost. I don't know why you fighting this.
You denied your intuition. And y'all, your intuition is the Holy Spirit. It's just a layman's
Multiple
term.
times.
Your instinct is the Holy Spirit. So if you be like, are you sleeping with? That's a prompting of the Holy Spirit. The fact that you had to ask, he gotta go. Sir, you bring out something in me that makes me think that you could be capable. I don't know why, but I'm receiving a prompt from the Holy Spirit. And guess what, ma'am? You were right. And you denied. You denied the prompt.
Leave me to be with her? You told her you loved her?
Yes.
That nigga said yes. And he probably does. That's why he said yeah.
And do.
Thank you. She said, you told her you love her? Yeah. He probably does, ma'am.
Right.
It's
No offense. He
Huh?
definitely wants the younger. I said no offense, but he definitely wants the younger model.
Oh, yeah. He and probably I wouldn't
Oh,
be shocked if he calls her later. And if,
right. And I wouldn't be shocked if her ass pick up the phone. She gonna answer that phone.
yeah.
She's definitely answering that phone.
Marcus, why would you?
Dude, I'm really trying not to put my hands on you, dude.
If you wanted to cheat, why would you?
First of all, it's not about cheating. I wouldn't give a if he wanted. So Karamo, that's the only thing corrective feedback. If you wanted to cheat, why would you do it with her daughter? Her daughter is not a cheat. That's a violation.
Right.
That's disgusting. That's low. That's inbreeding.
You cheat with her daughter. Why would you pursue her daughter?
Why?
Because, I mean,
Any other woman, you could have.
See, you talking too damn much for me. Shut up. Let
Why
him
would
talk.
he pursue her daughter? Because her daughter was coming over the house with her coochie cutters on, bending over in front of his face. I mean, what are we talking about? Didn't she just told y'all? It's
No,
like,
I don't think that's why. I think that's always been in him, right? And it's just watch
yeah.
this. Hold on. First of all, the mama need to shut up. Let him talk so you can know everything about this demon. Hold on.
That any woman.
I mean, well, it was enticing, you know.
What's
I mean,
enticing about my?
Okay, so that gives a little bit of credence to what you're saying, but let's continue. When you say she had on a coochie cuts, booty hanging out, all that. First of all, you're not getting through the front door. No, ma'am. I raised you
Right.
better. No, ma'am. Now, if you're going to come here, it ain't got nothing to do with no man. I'm your mama. You going to show this house some respect.
And
No,
show
ma'am.
yourself some respect. Don't be walking around here. You know you got all that in the back and in the front and all that can on.
And
Put
you're
some
not even
clothes
built
on.
for that.
Don't make no sense.
My
It really
daughter.
bothers me.
Huh?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I told you about what she did to me before.
Why you running your mouth to a man about family secrets, an outsider about your daughter at age 16 being turned out by another grown man? You set the
Right.
look how her daughter is looking at her. So you told him about your daughter being sexually assaulted, but you made it and personified it like she was a woman that was sleeping with your man. Let me tell you, that's why I disagreed and said she didn't entice him. He already predatory.
Oh yeah, he's definitely predatory. But
Oh
she
yeah.
also, I don't know whether I don't know if I want to say unknowingly, but she mistakenly created bait. Her daughter was the bait by telling him all of this stuff. She told a predator that I got some prey for you.
Yes. And she's open and she's ready. She's done it before, age 16. And he, at that moment, he's like, "You a weak bitch. You didn't call the police. You made it her fault."
Right.
Will you marry me? Will you marry me? I'm gonna just marry into this.
Right. I get a twofer. I could walk her down the aisle. I still got another one on the side. This don't make no sense.
Right here.
We
I'm gonna
got to do
rotate
better.
them.
We got to do
Why
better.
are you telling your daughter's history? Why are you exposing what happened to her as a child to a man? You crazy as hell. You set it up.
You already knew this, and so you open up the same wound.
No, you opened it up. You invited him in. You went and said, "Hey, you a predator? Come on in." Let me tell you what my daughter did.
Right. And then turn her daughter's abuse into her own wound. How are you the victim? Your daughter was the victim, man.
Like Trina Braxton did.
You think I'ma still marry you?
Yeah, I do.
You out your rabbit ass mind? And you're sleeping with my daughter.
Did you consider her a daughter too? At first, did you consider her as your daughter?
First, yes.
That's sick.
Karamo, please.
That's
Karamo,
sick.
please.
Yeah, Karamo, now you need to sit your ass down now.
Go somewhere.
And what switched in your mind that made you see her
Lord have mercy.
as not your daughter anymore?
I mean, like I told you, coming around me with the tight clothes.
Nigga, you never saw that girl as no daughter. You saw her as an opportunity. And the first time you got an opportunity to pounce, and she saw you as one. So it's also something wrong with the daughter. And that she would want something like that old, with that George Jefferson on his head.
You know why? Because that's what her mama liked. And that's what her mama was parading around her as a child. And that's probably what abused her and what she knows.
A George Jefferson.
A George Jefferson.
Here we go.
So that means you're saying you have no self-control?
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and have you just leave because there's no point in talking to you. You disgusting. Okay. And then we should go back
You
to
already
stage.
know we over with. It's over with and done.
I don't believe her.
I don't either.
I don't believe her. I think she's putting on. I wouldn't be shocked if she or her daughter is now with him. I don't believe not one freaking word. And if they are over, I wouldn't be shocked if she's sneaking around with him at night.
Right.
It ain't no way it's over and you doing that amount of talking. Now, let me tell you how I would have handled it. You got to go. I ain't got no questions for you. You got to go, bro. You got to go. I would have kept saying, you got to go. I don't give a fuck about no details. Why you hurting me? None of that shit matters. Does that make sense?
It do.
When it comes to predatory behavior, the deed is done. You've been with my child over and over and over. You got to go. Because if you don't, your mama is going to have to pick up your remains. Number one. Number two, I would have been done with my daughter for a long time in that moment. Because
Mhm.
I got to let you know this behavior is unacceptable. I can't love you through this. I need you to heal through this. Because number one, it shouldn't have gotten to this point if the mama would have called the police on the first predator at age 16. But let's just say if I'm this, I got to cut you off. Because, but before I do, I owe you an apology for not protecting you and all of that. And I don't know. And in the moment, see what the mama did is what the mama reinforced. When you didn't
Mhm.
call the police on that first man, and when you made your daughter responsible, like Trina Braxton and the rest of the Braxtons are making Ashley responsible.
Right.
What you've just done is, let me think of how I want to say this. You've put her in a place to compete with you. You didn't protect her. You didn't nurture her. You didn't explain to her that her body is special, all of that good stuff that you're supposed to be saying as a mom. But you can come back and reinforce it. Y'all need some time apart. Y'all need some time apart. But you do need to bless her on her way out the door. You do need to tell her her body is not an instrument to be used. You do need to apologize to her for not protecting her. You need to advise her that she needs to get help because you are her mom and not her competition. You need to acknowledge the fact that you put her in a competitive space to compete sexually with her own mom. And you need to say that both of you are sick.
Right.
That's all.
No,
That's it.
that's not all. That's not all. One more thing. You need to whoop her ass. She is an adult now, and that will reinstill. Don't you bring your ass around my house no more with that. Furthermore, she should have got swung on, and so should have and so should have Red Fox and George Jefferson, whatever y'all want to call him. Both of their ass should have got whooped. But
Let
that's
me
my
read
opinion.
this.
I'm sorry.
Somebody said, Rennie said, why are you putting all the blame on the daughter? I started with the daughter and then I trickled down to the mom. You got to be able to hear the rest of my commentary. You can't get stuck because I start with the daughter, I start with the man, or I start with the mom. I just said that the mom failed her. But I said she's at a place now that she's a woman. And what has been reinforced because her mom did not protect her is now that the daughter thinks that when she gets upset with women, not just her mom, but her friends and her aunts, I'm going to get you back by sleeping with your man as an adult. The daughter said, I got mad at you. That's why I did it. We're not talking about when she was 16. She's a victim at 16. And because her mom failed to protect her, now the daughter uses her body to punish other women when she's upset with them. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done, which is why I say they're both sick. Because now, because of the mother's failure to acknowledge the abuse, the daughter is going to repeat this behavior even amongst friends groups. And let me go a little bit further. Even possibly with the husbands of her friends' moms. See, those kind of girls, when their moms fail them, they fail everybody. Because those kind of girls will come in your house and befriend your daughters and be sleeping with your old ass husband because the mama wouldn't shit. You get what I'm saying? And that's how it starts to trickle down in the Black community. So I got to call a thing, even though the daughter wasn't at fault initially, but that's how she's learned to handle her grievances with other women. I'm going to sleep with your husband because I'm mad.
And I just want to say this really quickly to Bella 504. When we say that no hidden kids, we talking about the children. That young lady is in her early 20s sleeping with her mama man. She deserves to get swung on.
Yes, she does.
Yes, swing on her. You got to let her know this is not how we doing it, not as adults.
Yeah. And thank you, love seeing her. She has to grow up. Somebody got to confront her. Somebody got to confront her. Remember, we talked about that. Me and Sugar. What were we arguing about? Me and Sugar were debating. We was having a good time. We kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We were talking about some topic.
Not sure.
When I was a child, I thought as a child, but when I became an adult, I behaved. Now she's an adult.
Right.
See, the real world is not going to give her a pass for where her mom effed up. Because this behavior, I'm telling you, These coping skills, I'm gonna take off my clothes now. I did it to my mama man. I'm gonna do it to my best friend man. I'm gonna do it to your mama man when I'm pissed off. I'm gonna do it to the lady at the grocery store. That's why I got your man. And you see these personalities, these big mouths that show up, and y'all call them side chicks. And then when you really start digging, oh, I see what happened. You were touched. You were hurt. Your mama didn't protect you. So now you throw your pussy around every chance you get when you mad. Because you recognize that in that 15 minutes, that gives you a very powerful position. That's when a man is his weakest. And now you do it to establish power and dominance, because power and dominance was established over you. I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. So you got to call it out as an adult. And it seems like blaming, but it's not. Now we got to talk as adults because we're adults.
Right.
But the apology does need to be in place for where you felt her as a child. But now she a grown woman out here making rookie mistakes. She's not turning them down. She's not saying no. She's putting on the shorts. She's walking in other grown women's houses when you're not looking, bending over. So if she'll do it to her mama, she'll tear your house the fuck up.
Right.
You want somebody like me around and say, hey, no, ma'am. You can't.
Right. You would rather your mother beat you up than you let some Susie Lynn down the street with a gun shoot you for fucking with her husband. I'm sorry, excuse my language.
Oh, you good. We talking grown folks ass shit today. We talking real grown folks today. So you can't give a pass because of what happened to somebody. Baby, I got to bring you up to speed. I got to onboard you. I can't go back and talk about that. We going to hit that. We're going to come back and spend a block on that. But today, you can't come in this house like that. You got to go cover your cheeks, sweetheart. And you look good, though. You just can't do that. You got to show respect around here.
Because it started with her walking in the house with them coochie cutters on.
That's right.
Then all of a sudden, she calling a man on his phone number. How you get the phone number? Then she was bold enough to go out with her mama's fiance to the club, to the night, and snuggled up, kissing and can on in front of everybody. That's wild.
And a lot of times when we look at this and say, oh, well, she just doing it to her mama, and we'll do it to your husband too. Be laid up in a bar. And I'm not blaming her. I'm just calling out the behavior. This is how she copes. Right. When she's feeling frustrated, when she's feeling depressed, when she's feeling lonely. This is why you got to get them in therapy. So a therapist can help them reshape and remold the behavior. Say, no, you don't go sleep with other people's husbands. You don't compete with your friend. You don't compete with your friend's mom. This is what you do when you're feeling this. This is what you do when you're upset. You got to call it out. You got to call it out. And you got to do the same thing with young men.
You do?
That's it. We keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes y'all don't like my delivery. I don't care. I'm still going to give it to you, but I'm going to give it to you from all angles. He needs to go with his nasty. But mama, you invited him in. He should have never been around her. If you knew your daughter has been taken advantage of before, first of all, you should be very, very careful about bringing men around her. I don't give a damn what age she's at. He gotta show himself approved. You should be so protective over yours, mama, considering the fact, but that's not how you saw her. That tells me you never liked a girl. You never liked your own child. When you see her in competition at 16.
Mama, you wasn't worth a damn, and now you are you have reared up a child that's going in the same route that you are.
That's true.
She got to get it together.
Yeah, because she's gonna view her daughter as competition. She's gonna view her daughter as a grown woman. She's gonna y'all. It just repeats itself. It's not generational curses. It's generational behaviors. She'll do the same thing to her daughter. What you looking at my man for? Come out that kitchen with my baby daddy.
Right. And stop going to Karamo, please. Women in the palace, please tell y'all cousins, y'all nieces, y'all nephews, stop going up there to Karamo telling all y'all business. We don't need to hear all this. Y'all need to go to therapy. Find somebody else.
No, they ain't gonna go to therapy. They'd rather go to happy hour.
Right.
Yeah, that look. So the mama was wrong too, but the mama's an old fool. It's
And
hard to go back
it's
and try to save an old food. So we may as well start with the younger generation.
right.
We got to start with the younger generation. Them old fools, the mama gonna go on to the next man to creep with that one late at night. An old ass fool. Been doing this for a long time. Blamed her 16-year-old daughter. I can't deal with a fool. Leave a fool where he is.
And had the daughter acting, it sounded like the mama was doing that to somebody else, man.
Probably and will. And and has. And the crazy part about it will continue to. Because I ain't gonna try. Come on now. I ain't trying to be funny. The daughter, she's struggling. She's struggling. So any type of attention, y'all will be shocked. I always tell y'all, pussy ain't got no face. Excuse my language. Well, he ain't gonna, it ain't got no face. So she's learned that at a very young age, especially she was overweight. Oh, wow. He finds me attractive. He said he loved me. He's going to leave my mom for me. And when a nigga can come in your house and make your kid feel more loved than you ever have, that's dangerous. That's dangerous.
Ooh, my God.
Didn't I just break that down?
You did. You
That's
did, Queen. You hit the nail on the head.
Your love should outweigh everything. And the Bible says love conquers all. So yes, your love is strong enough to go up against a predator, a manipulator, a liar, a thief. If you loving on them kids, right? Hell yeah. Can't nobody come up against what my mama's giving me or my father's giving me or my grandma, because the kind of love I know is healthy. That's why she did it. Because what he brought was bigger than what mama could ever make her feel. Mama ain't never made her feel loved and happy and safe and warm, but he did. And not only did he said he gonna leave you for me, mama.
Right.
Quit playing with me.
My God. Well, I thank you, Queen, for letting me up.
Absolutely.
Trina Braxton, get it together. Tawanda, get it together. And I really appreciate you. And shout out to the Palace. Everybody like, share, subscribe. But I got to step down real quick.
All
But
right,
thank you,
y'all.
Queen.
No problem. Thank you for coming up, Trey. Y'all, we just be trying to educate. I'll tell you what I did. I decided to push family secrets back because I think we've had enough of this for today. Of family secrets. It just hit me in the middle of this live. I was like, I don't think I want to backdoor this with family secrets. That's a little bit too much for my palate. So I'm going to have to substitute it with something else. But we have to break down these topics because they're not easy. They are not easy, but damn, the Braxtons, I'm like, ooh. So I hope it gets lighter throughout the season. But I kind of want the Braxtons to duke it out. They need to duke it out. If it means saving Private Ashley. And we gonna save Private Ashley, let them throw hands, let them duke it out. This has been years and years of buildup. Let them duke it out. I know Black excellence. I know all of that, but sometimes you got to throw them hands if it comes down to creating a new footprint for the generation behind us. I don't know what mama was expressed. You said the mom isn't equipped to express love. Yes, she is. She's equipped because she's engaged. She knows how to express love. She knows how to express it to a man. She just chooses not to express it to her daughter. So you have to look at the bigger picture. We can't say the mom isn't equipped because yes, she can do it. She's done it before. She just doesn't do it with her daughter for whatever reason. So yes, Somali, that's why I'm leaving it. I'm gonna leave it off the table for a second or two. Oh yeah. If they can give it to one person, they can give it to everybody. It's a choice. Mama don't want to give it to daughter for whatever reason. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Oh, let me see if there's anything else. I think we got it. Hold on. I got a couple of super chats. Let me read. Yeah, give me 1 second. Because money comes to me flowing effortless.
Money comes to me flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me, comes to me. Money comes to me flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me. Money.
All right. Thank you, Rennie. 5610 for the 20 piece and the pepper. Thank you. We appreciate you, Rennie. Rennie was standing on business too. And look, in the comments said, Queen Sheba, don't you be blaming her. I wasn't. You just got to give me time to spin the block, Rennie. But I hold everybody accountable. Okay. I just be working my way around the table. But at that age, you got to hold her accountable. And it seems like blame, but it's not, because we got to stop that behavior before she goes on and destroys a legit family. That's it. That's all. Denise, aka 1908, coming through, gifted one Queen Sheba Zalin membership. If you notified, got a notification that you received a membership, go love on Denise. She gave that to you. She made your day. She made sure you were taken care of. Okay. That's it. That's all. Let's see what else. What else? Carol says, if the mother had a healthy relationship with her during the first time, I believe all of this wouldn't have happened with the boyfriend. Her daughter comes across as emotionally stunted. Well, the mother doesn't seem to know what boundaries to put. How do you keep putting men in your life that want your daughter? So before you get what I'm saying? How do these men get full access to your daughter where they get to do this inappropriate behavior? So the mama's a problem, a huge problem, a huge problem. And she says, you're my only daughter, which tells me she has other children that are boys. I don't know. I'm assuming. I know that's right. All of them belong in a group home with staff. Listen, that sounds about right. All right. I am out, y'all. I will see you later.